In this land, nature operates by invisible laws that no creature can resist. There is no mercy and no shelter for the weak. Every creature is just a small link in the great machine of survival. Here, death is not a tragedy. It is the energy that feeds the next life. The strength of the fallen becomes the strength of the victor. And that cycle creates the oldest language of nature, the language of instinct, power, and sacrifice. Honey badger turns cheetahs into panicked rookies. The afternoon sun casts a thin golden layer across the African savanna. The wind gently sways the dry grass, and silence blankets this vast land. Beneath the acacia trees, the shade becomes shelter for many creatures. Here, the line between predator and prey is thinner than ever. In the heart of that harsh land, a small dark figure appears at the mouth of a burrow. It is the honey badger, the animal known as the most fearless warrior on the savanna. It stretches out into the light, its distinctive black and white coat catching the afternoon sun. A new day in the battle for survival awaits this little creature. The honey badger belongs to the weasel family. Weighing only about 12 kilograms, it is recognized as the most fearless animal on the planet. Its body is protected by skin up to 6 millimeters thick, both tough and flexible, allowing it to twist around even when held firmly by an enemy. Honey badgers are widely distributed from Africa to Southwest Asia. They adapt to many different environments, from arid savannas to dense shrublands. In the ecosystem, honey badgers play a role in controlling insect and rodent populations. Their diet is extraordinarily varied, ranging from honey to venomous snakes. Their immunity to snake and scorpion venom makes the honey badger a dominant force in a world of creatures that all other animals avoid. Their long, curved claws allow them to dig deep burrows in just a few minutes. Not only a shelter, but a defensive fortress when facing larger enemies. Honey badgers live solitary lives, constantly on the move in search of food. Each one owns a vast territory that it defends with ferocious aggression. But today, this honey badger's ordinary life is about to be disrupted. A threat is silently approaching from the grassland, where 3 slender shadows are moving. 3 cheetahs, the fastest land animals on the planet, are closing in with light, precise footsteps. Their eyes have already locked onto their target. The cheetah, built to be the perfect speed machine, a slender body, long legs, and a flexible spine, allow them to exceed 100 kilometers per hour. However, cheetahs are not built for prolonged combat. Their bodies overheat rapidly after just a few dozen seconds of sprinting. With a lightweight bone structure and semi-retractable claws, Cheetahs lack the weapons for close quarters fighting. They typically avoid any confrontation that could cause injury. For this reason, cheetahs often hunt in groups. These three brothers grew up together and share every meal. Coordination is their greatest advantage. But the honey badger is the opponent cheetahs least want to encounter. Its small size, low center of gravity, and thick skin make it a difficult problem to solve. Today's honey badger is carrying prey it has just caught. The scent of fresh blood drifts in the wind, a signal that draws the cheetah group's attention. The distance between the two sides is narrowing. The honey badger has not yet sensed the danger. Three pairs of eyes track its every movement. In the natural world, every confrontation carries risk. For a cheetah, even a minor wound can mean death. The honey badger, on the other hand, has nothing to lose. It has survived countless battles with cobras, hyenas, and even lions. This is just one more challenge. The first cheetah lunges forward, aiming straight for the honey badger's prize. The confrontation erupts in an instant, both sides grappling fiercely. The honey badger clamps down hard on its prey and snarls viciously. Its small size does not make it flinch. The two remaining cheetahs quickly close in from both sides. They coordinate smoothly. One draws attention, while the other attempts to snatch the prey from behind. In the chaos, the honey badger tries to stay calm, but facing three predators is an imbalance that is hard to reverse. Two of the cheetahs finally wrench the food away and quickly carry it off. But the third does not leave. It stays, keeping the opponent in check. The cheetah uses its body weight to pin the honey badger down, attempting to subdue it with its jaws and forelegs. But the loose, thick skin renders every effort futile. The honey badger exploits its advantage, twists around, and bites back. Each counterattack is fierce, aimed at the nose and eyes, the most sensitive areas. The fight lasts longer than expected. The cheetah begins to pant, its body temperature rising fast. Meanwhile, the honey badger shows no sign of fatigue. Cheetahs are made by nature for bursts of speed, not prolonged combat. With every passing second, the cheetah's energy drains at an alarming rate. The honey badger fights back relentlessly. It forces its opponent to keep moving, never retreating, never giving the predator a moment to rest. The honey badger's endurance begins to tell. Each of the cheetah's attacks weakens, while the little warrior maintains every ounce of its original ferocity. At last, the cheetah is forced to back away. It pants heavily, staring at the small opponent still standing firm, like a flame that the storm could not extinguish. Yet the three cheetahs have not fully retreated. They stand at a distance, watching and waiting patiently for another moment of vulnerability. The The honey badger begins to withdraw toward its burrow. It moves quickly but cautiously, glancing back repeatedly. Its survival instinct allows no carelessness. The burrow entrance appears ahead, a natural fortress carved by sharp claws, where the little warrior can turn defense into advantage. The three cheetahs close in quietly. They are not ready to give up. Competitive instinct drives them to try one more time. The largest cheetah approaches the burrow entrance and pauses to observe. But inside, the honey badger is already prepared to strike back. From the mouth of the burrow, the honey badger retaliates with fierce determination. It bites at anything that enters its territory, turning the narrow entrance into a defensive front line. The tight terrain prevents the cheetahs from exploiting their numerical advantage. They can only approach one at a time, and each time they meet a set of razor-sharp teeth. After several attempts, the cheetahs begin to hesitate. In nature, even a single injury to a leg is enough to turn a predator into prey for starvation. The honey badger holds its defensive position at the burrow entrance, making it an impenetrable fortress, responding to every advance with undiminished ferocity. After many failed attempts, the three cheetahs finally accept reality. One by one, they turn away and walk off into the fading light on the horizon. A few minutes later, the honey badger cautiously emerges from the burrow. It sniffs the air and scans its surroundings like a soldier inspecting the battlefield after combat. Its body bears a few new minor scratches, nothing serious, but enough of a reminder that every day in nature is a battle for survival. In the distance, the three cheetahs have shrunk to small silhouettes on the horizon. They will find another prey, easier and less risky. As dusk settles over the savannah, the honey badger returns to its daily rhythm. In the wild, sometimes it is the smallest creature that carries the greatest courage within. Dawnlight filters through the African savannah. A new day begins on this vast land. This is the stage of the planet's richest wildlife. Wildebeest move in herds. Zebras graze beside the wildebeest. Birds soar overhead. This is an ecosystem where every creature has its own role. But beneath the tall grass, another presence is watching. Not a solitary predator, but the most organized force on this savannah. African lions, Panthera leo, the pinnacle of pack hunting tactics. Their strength lies not in individuals, but in the art of coordination evolved over millions of years. A lion pride typically consists of 5 to 15 individuals. Most are related females. They are the pride's main hunting force. Male lions with thick manes have a different role. They defend territory from intruders, rarely participate directly in hunting. But their presence keeps the pride stable. Within the pride, each individual has their own position. There is no absolute leadership, but there is division of labor based on experience and ability. A successful hunt begins with choosing the right target. Lions don't hunt randomly. They observe, assess, and calculate every detail. Wildebeest are preferred targets, weighing about 200 kilograms, large enough to feed the entire pride, but also fast enough to escape if danger is detected. Lions look for vulnerable individuals, young ones without experience, old ones that have slowed down, or those separated from the herd due to weakness. Terrain is also important. Tall grass provides better cover. Riverbanks limit escape routes. Narrow passages force prey to run in predetermined directions. Each hunt consumes enormous energy. If it fails, the pride faces hunger. Therefore, lions only act when there's a clear opportunity. Once the target is chosen, the pride begins assigning roles. No need for vocal communication, only instinct and hunting experience ingrained in their blood. Lions move forward. They crawl close to the ground, bodies flattened, almost blending into the grass. Each step slow, absolute patience. Several lions position themselves elsewhere. Their task is to create pressure, force the prey to run in the predetermined direction, where the interceptors are waiting. This is sophisticated ambush tactics, not individual strength, but perfect coordination among multiple individuals with a common goal. Wind direction is also calculated. Lions always move against the wind, so their scent doesn't drift toward the prey. One small mistake can ruin the entire plan. The distance gradually closes, 20 meters, 15 meters. The wildebeest still hasn't detected them. Lions move slowly, eyes still tracking every movement. A wildebeest raises its head, senses alert, but it's too late. The attack signal is given, not by sound, but by movement. Speed explodes. Lions can reach 80 kilometers per hour in the first few seconds. All strength concentrated in this lightning charge. The wildebeest herd scatters. They run in panic, but the predetermined prey has no escape route. The interceptors appear from ahead. The space is squeezed shut. The wildebeest tries to run away, but lions predict every step. Experience and instinct guide each movement. Impact. The lion brings down the prey with body weight. 400 kilograms of force pressing down. The wildebeest loses balance and tumbles. The decisive bite to the neck, not to cause major injury immediately, but to slowly suffocate, making the prey exhausted and stop resisting. Other lions come to assist. They hold the prey's legs and body, preventing any chance of escape. This is when collective strength reaches its peak. A few minutes later, everything ends. A successful hunt. But this is not inevitable. Only about 20 to 30% of hunts have such results. Failure has its own price. Energy spent is not replenished. Hunger prolonged. Lion cubs can die if consecutive hunts all fail. Danger also always lurks. Adult buffalo can gore and break lion bones, leaving fatal wounds. Each wound can render a lion unable to hunt. But today, the pride has food. Social order begins to manifest. The male lion approaches. Although not participating in the hunt, they have priority rights. This seems unfair, but this is how the pride maintains stability. Healthy male lions protect territory better, protect the entire pride from wandering males. Then comes the turn of lionesses. They eat quickly, efficiently, no waste. Every piece of meat is important to maintain strength for subsequent hunts. Lion cubs are fed by their mothers. They learn how to tear meat, how to compete for position. These lessons will determine their survival ability later. Small conflicts still occur, growling, chasing each other around the prey, but no major battles. The pride understands that unity is more important than individual competition. Within a few hours, the 200-kilogram wildebeest has been completely divided. Nothing is wasted. Bones will be cleaned up by scavengers. Everything has a role in the cycle. The lion's role goes far beyond foraging. They control herbivore populations, preventing them from destroying the savanna by overgrazing. By eliminating old, weak, and sick individuals, lions keep prey populations healthy. This is the process of natural selection happening every day. Without lions, the savanna would lose balance. Herbivores increase excessively. Grass is eaten bare. Soil erodes. The entire ecosystem collapses. This is why African lions are called a keystone species. Their presence sustains life for hundreds of other species. They are an indispensable pillar. But the greatest lesson from lions is not about physical strength, but about the power of cooperation. Their hunting tactics are proof of that. A solitary lion can survive, but it will be many times more difficult. Only together do they become the most fearsome predators on the savanna. No words, no written plans, only instinct refined over thousands of generations. Each hunt is a wordless symphony. Knowledge is passed from mother to offspring. Lion cubs observe every detail, from how to crawl low, how to read terrain, to how to coordinate with companions. These lessons are not taught with words, but through action, through direct participation, through success and also failure. Females will remain with the pride for life. They hunt with sisters and mothers. This bond creates unbreakable strength. Males will leave when mature. They wander, seeking their own territory. This dangerous journey determines their fate. But wherever they are, the nature of lions remains social animals. They need their own kind, need coordination, need the pride to survive best. The African savanna is vast, but the space for lions is shrinking. Humans expand cultivation. Conflicts are increasing. The number of African lions has dropped sharply over the past century, from over 200,000 to about 20,000 individuals. Their future depends on human decisions. Conservation areas are working to preserve habitat, educate local communities, reduce conflict between people and lions. Every effort matters. Because when lions disappear, it's not just losing one animal species, but losing the entire ecological chain they maintain, losing the balance of the savanna. African lions are symbols, not just of strength, but of tactical intelligence, of perfect coordination, of collective discipline. They remind us that success doesn't come from individual strength, but from the ability to work together, from understanding one's role in the collective. In the natural world, the strongest doesn't win, but the best adapted, the best coordinated. Lions have proven this through millions of years of evolution. Each hunt is a story about discipline, about patience, about placing common interests above the individual. This is the lesson lions teach the savanna. As the sun sets over the African savanna, the lion pride prepares for night. This is the time for the next hunt. The cycle continues as it has for thousands of years. This savanna is their home, where their ancestors lived, where their descendants will continue the tradition, if we know how to protect it. African lions, master hunters of the savanna, living proof of the power of unity. Their hunting tactics are not just instinct, but an art refined over millions of years, a legacy each generation passes to the next. In a world where life and death intertwine, lions stand firm, not by strength alone, but by the unbreakable bond of the pride. This is the African lion, warrior of the savanna, symbol of cooperation and tactics, an irreplaceable part of wild Africa. The Serengeti grasslands under the afternoon sun, a large male lion lies on a high mound, surveying his vast territory. Dark, thick mane, many scars on his face. This is Scar, king of this land. The name Scar doesn't come from appearance, it comes from the battles he's been through. 3 years as pride leader, countless confrontations, but not all ended in victory. In popular culture, male lions are symbols of absolute strength, fearless and conquering everything. But the real story is far more complex. This is the story of times Scar had to retreat, not out of cowardice, but wisdom, about knowing when to fight and when to live to fight another day. This morning, Scar is hungry. 2 days without food, his belly sunken. Ahead, a buffalo herd drinks at the river, over 200, but a few old ones have separated from the herd. African buffalo, weighing up to 900 kilograms, 4 times Scar's weight, horns a meter long, sharp as spears. but prolonged hunger forces Scar to take risks. Scar selects his target, an old one, sluggish, drinking water about 50 meters from the herd. He crawls low to the ground, advancing meter by meter. 10 meters. Scar explodes at maximum speed. The buffalo detects him but doesn't flee. Instead, it lowers its horns and charges straight at Scar. Scar must leap sideways to avoid the charge. Simultaneously, the buffalo's call alerts the entire herd. Over 100 buffalo turn, looking toward Scar. And then something terrible happens. They don't flee. They charge towards Scar. 20, 30, 40 buffalo are now chasing a single male lion. Scar runs at maximum speed, 50 kilometers per hour, but buffalo can also run 45. One charge from behind could end his life instantly. "500 meters later, the herd stops pursuing. Scar escaped, but completely exhausted. No food, energy depleted, and facing reality, alone. He cannot hunt buffalo. This isn't Scar's first retreat. Last week, he found an antelope carcass he'd killed, surrounded by 12 hyenas. Scar approaches, roaring threats. But the hyenas aren't afraid. They encircle him, cackling and moving closer. A hyena's bite force reaches 1100 psi, stronger than Scar's. One hyena bites Scar's hind leg. He turns to attack, but 3 others attack from behind. Scar realizes if he stays, he'll be torn apart. After a while, he abandons the kill and leaves. Not far away, an elephant herd is moving toward the waterhole where Scar usually drinks. Scar is thirsty, but upon seeing elephants, he immediately changes direction. Adult elephants weigh 6 tons, 30 times Scar's weight. Just one stomp or trunk swing could kill him instantly. So there's no battle here. Scar proactively avoids these giants. On another afternoon, Scar encounters a white rhino grazing near the riverbank. The rhino doesn't threaten lions, but Scar still circles 30 meters away. Rhinos can weigh 3.5 tons with horns up to 1.5 meters long. Aggressive temperament and unpredictable, even if Scar doesn't attack. The rhino might still charge just from feeling intruded upon. But the greatest challenge doesn't come from other species. It comes from lions themselves. One morning, Scar hears distant roaring. This isn't the roar of his pride. Two nomadic male lions are entering Scar's territory. They're younger, about 5 years old, in their prime, and more importantly, they're brothers. Scar is 8 years old, still strong, but no longer at his peak. One-on-one, he might win, but 1 against 2, the survival rate is too low. Scar stands on the mound, roaring as loudly as possible. The roar echoes across the savannah, declaring ownership. But the 2 males don't back down. They roar back, moving closer. The distance is closing. Scar must make a decision. fight and possibly die, or retreat to live and defend territory another time. Scar chooses retreat, not because he's weak, but because he's smart. He leaves the mound, moving toward the territory's edge. The two males claim the central area. But Scar doesn't give up completely. He lives on the periphery, hunting small prey, maintaining his health, waiting for an opportunity. 2 weeks later, one of the two brothers is gored severely by a buffalo. Now it's one-on-one. Scar returns, challenging the remaining male. This time he wins and reclaims his territory. But this victory doesn't come from pure strength. It comes from knowing when to step back, when to wait, and when to attack. This is the wisdom of the survivor, not the reckless. Currently, male lions average only 2 to 4 years as pride leaders. Not because they're weak, but because there's always someone younger, stronger, waiting. Power doesn't come from winning every battle. It comes from choosing the right battles to fight, avoiding unwinnable ones, and living long enough to protect your genes. Scar teaches us that greatness doesn't lie in never retreating. It lies in knowing when to step back to advance later. This is the wisdom of a true king. In the natural world, a king isn't the one who wins every battle. A king is the one who survives every trial, keeps his territory, and leaves descendants. Scar is living proof of that. The African savanna stretches endlessly beneath the dawnlight. This is the land of life, where every creature has its own role. Beside giants like lions and elephants, there are silent heroes. They're small, little known. From architects to environmental sanitation teams, from forest planters to living warning systems, all create a perfect survival network. This is the story of the uncrowned heroes. They don't roar, don't hunt dramatically, but are indispensable in Africa. Across the savanna, earthen towers rise up to 3 meters high. These are architectural masterpieces of Macroterms termites, Africa's smallest architects. Each termite mound houses millions of individuals. They work ceaselessly, building, repairing, expanding structures for decades. Inside, temperature stays stable at 27 degrees Celsius, though outside can reach 40 degrees. The secret lies in an intelligent ventilation system. Hot air escapes through upper ducts. Cool air is drawn in from below. A perfect natural air conditioning system. But the termites' role doesn't stop there. When old mounds collapse, they become abundant mineral sources for surrounding soil. Grass growing here is greener, thicker. Antelope, zebras, buffalo all know this. Termite mounds become rest stops on migration journeys. Termites are also nutritious menu items for many species. Birds, lizards, anteaters all hunt them. One mound sustains an entire community of other creatures. During rainy season, millions of reproductive termites take flight. This is a feast for birds and bats. The entire sky buzzes with life. Termites recycle tons of dead wood and dry grass each year, returning nutrients to soil. Without termites, the savanna would be buried in organic waste. With 2 billion years existing on Earth, termites aren't just architects. They're the silent foundation of an entire vast ecosystem. An old antelope lies dead in the sun. Within hours, the savanna's sanitation team will appear. First come the vultures. Vultures have vision 8 times better than humans. From hundreds of meters high, they detect carcasses within minutes. Vulture stomach acid has extremely low pH, killing even anthrax bacteria and rabies virus. They eat what no other species dares touch. No feathers on head and neck help vultures maintain hygiene after meals. This is the result of millions of years of evolution to become cleanup specialists. Hyenas appear next. With the strongest jaws among carnivores, they crush even large bones. What vultures leave behind, hyenas clean up completely. Bones, skin, tendons, nothing is wasted. Efficient, thorough work, leaving no trace of disease. Without this sanitation team, decomposing carcasses would cause epidemics. Anthrax bacteria could spread to livestock and humans. Consequences would be severe. Vultures and hyenas aren't just scavengers. They protect community health, keeping the savanna clean and safe. A bull elephant walks slowly through sparse forest. In its belly are seeds from over 30 different tree species. The elephant doesn't know it's planting forests. Each day, elephants eat 150 kilo of vegetation. Fruit is a favorite. Seeds passing through elephant digestive systems aren't destroyed, but are better prepared. When elephants defecate, seeds are placed in a warm, moist, nutrient-rich pile of dung. This is the perfect seedbed. Elephants move dozens of kilometers daily. They carry seeds from one area to another, creating widespread biodiversity. Many tree species in Africa have seeds too large. Only elephants can disperse them. Without elephants, these tree species would disappear. Above, hornbills swoop past. These birds are also forest planters, but differently. They swallow whole fruits, fly far, then excrete. Seeds fall from high above, scattered randomly. Some fall into rock crevices, some into alluvial soil. Dense forest spreads thanks to these tiny pilots. Elephants and hornbills, two forest planters of different scales. One walks, one flies. Together, they paint Africa's green landscape. On a tree branch, a vervet monkey stands guard, eyes constantly scanning. Suddenly, it emits a sharp call. That's the snake signal. Vervet monkeys have distinct warning languages, sounds warning of snakes, leopards, or eagles. Each danger has a different response. Hearing the eagle warning, monkeys hide in bushes. Hearing the leopard warning, they climb high branches. Hearing the snake warning, they stand upright, looking down at grass. Other species also listen. Antelope, birds, all react according to vervet monkey signals. Elsewhere, a honey-guide bird perches on a dry tree. It chirps melodiously, flaps wings, trying to attract attention. This is Africa's most magical invitation to cooperate. Honey badgers hearing the call will follow the bird. The bird leads to beehives. Honey badgers get honey. Birds eat beeswax. Perfect symbiosis over thousands of years. Honey-guide birds can't get honey alone. Both need each other. This is the clearest evidence of cooperation between species. Vervet monkeys and honey-guide birds, two different warning systems. One protects communities from danger, one builds bridges between species. Water ripples as a herd of hippos surfaces. During the day, they lie submerged in water, avoiding the hot sun. Hippos weigh over 3 tons, fierce, dangerous, but they're also the most important nutrient pumps of African rivers. At night, hippos come ashore to graze. One can eat up to 40 kilograms of grass each night. At dawn, they return to the river and defecate into water. Hippo dung is rich in nutrients, feeding microorganisms, algae, aquatic insects. They're the foundation of the underwater food chain. Small fish eat microorganisms. Large fish eat small fish. Herons, egrets, kingfishers hunt large fish. All depend on hippo dung, a perfect cycle. Hippos' massive bodies also create other benefits. As they move underwater, they excavate small channels, helping water flow. During dry season, when water levels drop, these channels become refuges for fish. They prevent small ponds from drying up, stagnating, getting diseased. Hippos with river ecosystems, they're pillars, water keepers, fertilizers, maintainers of life beneath African rivers. On the ground, a pile of animal dung just dropped. Within minutes, tiny warriors appear. These are dung beetles, the savannah's soil regeneration team. Scarabaeus viridis dung beetles can smell dung from 2 kilometers away. They fly quickly, competing for this valuable resource. Dung beetles quickly form balls from dung, rolling them away from the crowd. Female beetles lay eggs in buried dung balls. Hatching larvae will eat dung as food. Meanwhile, buried dung fertilizes the soil. Without dung beetles, the savanna would lose balance. Grass would lack nutrients. Flies would proliferate. Disease would spread. Small heroes with great work. These silent heroes work day and night. No roars, no sharp claws or fangs. Each species like a link in the life chain. Termites build homes, vultures clean up, elephants sow seeds, monkeys warn, hippos fertilize, dung beetles recycle. All connected to each other, dependent on each other. No small roles, no surplus creatures. Every species is important. Every life has meaning. But in 2026, these heroes are facing challenges. Climate change is altering rainy seasons. Humans expand agriculture, clear forests, build roads. Hornbills lose nesting places. Dung beetles lose food sources. Vulture numbers have dropped 90% in 3 decades. Lead poisoning from hunting bullets, habitat loss. The savannah's sanitation team is gradually disappearing. But there's still hope. Conservation areas are being expanded. People are learning to coexist with wildlife. Africa doesn't belong only to lions and leopards. It belongs to termites, to vultures, to dung beetles, to the uncrowned heroes, deserving of respect, protection, and remembrance. The Chobe River, Botswana. A gentle afternoon sun. A large Nile crocodile lies basking on a sandbank by the river. Sharp teeth. A body nearly 6 meters long. In popular culture, crocodiles are symbols of absolute power. Rulers of the water, fearing nothing, but something is about to happen. From afar, sounds echo. A herd of elephants approaches the river to drink. The lead cow, an adult weighing nearly 6 tons, steps forward. Unlike what we usually see, the crocodile doesn't lie still waiting for an opportunity. It immediately slides into the water and swims away. This is the story of the real crocodile. Not a conqueror of everything, but a strategist, surviving for 100 million years by knowing when to back down. Popular belief holds that crocodiles always dominate in aquatic environments. With a bite force of 5,000 psi and razor-sharp teeth that grip prey tight. But behavioral research over 20 years in African rivers shows crocodiles avoid at least 2 species, elephants and adult hippos. Adult elephants weigh 4 to 6 tons, 10 times the largest crocodile. A single stomp from an elephant can instantly crush a crocodile's ribs. Moreover, elephants have excellent memories and vengeful natures. If a crocodile ever attacked an elephant calf, the entire herd will remember and proactively attack any crocodile they encounter. Research at Amboseli documented a case where an elephant herd actively attacked crocodiles for 3 years after a young elephant was bitten. Elephants don't forget and don't forgive. Therefore, when elephants appear on the riverbank, crocodiles typically move at least 30 to 50 meters away, not out of fear, but to avoid unnecessary risk. Even when elephants only come to drink and have no intention of attacking, crocodiles still retreat. The benefit of staying near elephants is zero, but the risk is infinite. But there's another creature that makes crocodiles even more cautious: the hippopotamus. At first glance, hippos seem slow-moving and harmlessly herbivorous, but this is a dangerous illusion. In Africa, hippos are considered the most dangerous. They have massive jaws with 50-centimeter tusks that can cut an adult crocodile in half. Hippos are extremely aggressive and highly territorial. They'll attack anything that invades their space, even when not directly threatened. In the Zambezi River, research documented that 30% of juvenile crocodiles die from hippo attacks. They're not hunting, they're defending territory. Even a 6-meter adult crocodile won't dare confront a 3-ton hippo. 4 times the weight plus aggression equals an unwinnable formula. So when a hippo appears, crocodiles don't just back away, they leave the area entirely. The minimum safe distance is 10 to 20 meters. Even during the dry season, when water sources shrink and living space becomes confined, crocodiles still choose water areas far from hippos. Better hungry than risking it. One exception: when a hippo calf strays from its mother, this is one of the few opportunities crocodiles dare to attack. But even then, they must be extremely careful. If the mother hippo notices, she'll charge into the water and attack ferociously. Crocodiles usually give up immediately, sometimes even abandoning prey they've just caught. Only 5% of attacks on hippo calves succeed. 95% end with crocodiles retreating, sometimes severely injured. So why do crocodiles, with millions of years of evolution, still choose retreat over fighting? The answer lies in the basic cost-benefit calculation of survival. A small wound can lead to infection and death within weeks in the wild. Every battle is a gamble with life itself. Even when winning, energy expended in battle can equal 2 to 3 weeks of hunting. No benefit is worth that cost. Furthermore, crocodiles don't lack food. There are thousands of other prey easier to hunt: fish, birds, antelope, zebras. Why choose the most dangerous target? This is precisely the mark of true intelligence in nature. Knowing when not to fight is more important than knowing how to fight. In 2026, the coexistence between crocodiles, elephants, and hippos continues as it has for millions of years. Each species knows its boundaries. But when humans encroach on habitats, shared space shrinks. Crocodiles are forced closer to elephants and hippos. Conflicts increase. Death rates rise accordingly. Crocodiles teach us that true strength doesn't lie in winning every battle. It lies in knowing which battles not to join, to live long and prosper. In the natural world, the longest survivor isn't the bravest or strongest. It's the one who knows when to fight and when to yield. Crocodiles have existed for 200 million years, not because they dominate everything, but because they know when to back down before those larger than themselves.